YouTubers, subscribers, and friends, welcome to my channel. Just dropped my daughter off for another day of testing. Today they told me it'd probably take about an hour and a half. So I thought I was gonna have 4 hours to kill. Good thing I didn't bring my golf clubs. It takes 4 hours to play 18 holes. So today I'm going to just run up to this little town called Catalina because I'm still driving the rental car and I want to go for a nice ride and go check on the house, show you guys the house that I grew up as a kid. It's probably maybe a 30-minute drive from here with some beautiful mountain scenery. This is where I had lunch the other day when I was down here in my van and my van broke down at Wiener Schnitzel right over there. I mean, if you're wondering where I'm at, if you want to Google it or something, I'm on the road called Oracle, O-R-A-C-L-E, Oracle Road, and I'm coming up on Orange Grove and Oracle Road. I'm heading north, and there's the Wiener Schnitzel. I haven't had lunch yet. It is 12:20 p.m. Like I said, it's another day of testing, and I'm going to go on a nostalgia drive today. Beautiful day today, no clouds, the wind is just starting to pick up, and I'm having fun driving this car. I can't believe how much traffic is over here. I know if you go on the east side of Tucson, the traffic is even worse than this, but this is a lot of traffic for this time of day. I don't know, is everybody's running to go get lunch now or something, but it's crazy. Like I said, I never come this part of town very often. The only reason I'm even over on this side of town is because my daughter has to do her testing. Normally I go maybe 20 miles from my house, but I don't have to deal with traffic. Here's the town I'm getting ready to enter right now. It's called Oro Valley. Entering Oro Valley. That's where my van broke down on me the other day. Decided not to start. And it starts and runs down. I can even drive it around, but it just makes a crazy noise coming from the alternator. This lady right next to me is like staring at me. She's like, why is he filming? Green light, go people! And the lights take forever around here. The wind is blowing like crazy today. I think if you live in Arizona, you should invest in some kind of wind generator system or something, because it is always freaking windy, especially where I live. And the news said we're supposed to have 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts today. Every day they say that. It's just crazy. And it's 70 degrees right now. I don't know where the hot temperature went, but you know, who's complaining? I like it. It's nice right now. So we're just coming over the hill, then we're going to start going down into the valley of Oro Valley. I hit every freaking stoplight. I tell you what, there's a lot of patriotism over here, because this is the 5th gigantic American flag flapping in the wind that I've seen in the last 3 miles. Huge flags. And like I said, I'm catching every... Oh, look at that Jeep. That's a nice Jeep. Hey! Back in the early 80s, like 80, 81, I used to hitchhike from Tucson to this little town that I'm going to called Catalina. And this is where the Home Depot was the other day that my van decided not to start. I'm in Oro Valley. I mean, I would love to live here, but it's pretty expensive. Well, there's that Jeep again. Pretty expensive, rich area to live here in this Oro Valley. But yeah, I used to hitchhike. That was my mode of transportation back in the early 80s. Hitchhike all the way home. And would I hitchhike today? No. Not at all, because there's too many crazy people in the world now. Been driving for 15 minutes now. Coming up on the Catalina State Park, where I took my family. We went hiking up in the mountains up there, the Santa Catalina Mountains. The beautiful Santa Catalina Mountains. This is right up here, and then as soon as when you start going up the top of this hill up here, you start leaving the city or the town of Oro Valley. And this is a nice day for a drive. Right here, Catalina State Park. Take a right, go there, pay $7 to get in. You can go camping, or you can spend the whole day hiking like we did with my family. My son was always asking me, Dad, can we go hiking, So I took him on the most extreme hike. And now he doesn't ask me anymore. We hiked all the way up to that freaking mountain there. Not that one over there, but this one over here to the left. Up there, we went all the way to the top of that mountain. And there's a lot of changes out here. Last time I've been out this far to come see this town is probably 3.5 years since I've been out here. They didn't have this freaking overpass here last time I came out here. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I see there's a lot of housing complexes and shopping centers built up out here already. This is all new. I don't know if that's for people to drive on or walk across. But I'm about halfway to the town of Catalina, and I've been driving for like 20 minutes already. Bring back old memories. Hey, they got a Burger King here. They didn't have this last time I came up here. Burger King. I'm coming into the outskirts of the Catalina. This trailer park here has always been there. A good friend of mine used to live there when I was living here as a kid. His name was George. I wonder where he lives at now. I don't remember his last name. But, yeah, a lot of changes, man. This used to be just a 2-lane road. Now it's freaking 6 lanes. 3 lanes there, 3 lanes here. All this stuff is new over here on the left. Golf carts. Yeah, got a nice bike path there. I wasn't here last time I came up here 3.5 years ago. Wow, this town is growing. There used to only be one store up here when I lived here as a kid, and it was the Circle K, which should be right up here on the right. See what they got there. Tractor and Supply. Oh, they got a McDonald's over here. Well, maybe I'll eat McDonald's. There's the Circle K right here. That used to be the only store in this town was the Circle K. And this restaurant right here used to be called Red's. That was it. The 2 places to go. And the post office used to be right up here. A little small post office. Right there. Now it's an Ace. Oh. Still nothing here on the left over here. We have to drive through this little town, almost go through almost to the outskirts, and then we'll make. Oh, they got an Arby's. You know what? I'm gonna have Arby's today because I haven't had Arby's in such a long time. I'm gonna have that for lunch today. Yep, definitely gonna have Arby's. Turn here in Pinto Lane. If you go past that stoplight up there, that is the county line. And this was the only paved road when I was a kid who used to live here. I used to catch the school bus right here. Where this sign is. That fence didn't used to be there though. And get off the school bus here, and then we'll have to walk here. I lived here when I was 11 years old to 16 years old. My mom couldn't stand living, because we used to live in Tucson, and my mom couldn't stand living in the city, so she moved us. We had this beautiful mountain views here from our house. This has always been an empty property. It's still empty. It's for sale. And come down here. There used to be this house here, then an empty space, and then the house that I lived in, which looks like has a fence around it now. I can remember 3.5 years ago it didn't have that fence. Huh. Nope, that's not the house. This used to be the empty lot right here. That's the house I grew up in. Well, man, memory's getting shot. See, look at it. It's got weeds growing up all around it. It didn't look like that. We just had a 8-foot fence wooden wall around the back. those pine trees have always been there. It wasn't all weeds growing up or trees. It didn't have any trees. It just had those 3 pine trees growing up in there. And that tree in the back there, I used to have a tree house in that tree. Because my mom would make us pull the weeds. My girlfriend used to live across the street there. And Rusty Wallace's cousin used to live right here in this house right here. I was good friends with the people who lived here, his son, who was related to Rusty Wallace. And check out these mountain views. This was the road right there we lived on, and this road right here was the only paved roads. I used to take my dirt bike and ride down this road right here and go off into the desert here, and there was a trail to go to my friend who lived way back here, and pick him up, and we go on our motorcycles, and we would go up the mountain there, and right where the mountain, like they call that the saddle gap, we used to take our bikes and go over the mountain there, and then you can go up the backside to Mount Lemon and go up to the snow up there. But that's what we did. We didn't have internet back then. Take our dirt bikes and go out riding. My very first serious motorcycle dirt bike accident was right up here. Take a left, go here, and there was a huge empty lot with a huge pit. We used to ride our dirt bikes, do jumps and stuff like that. This is all nostalgia, memories. Forecastle. Yeah, let me show you where my friend used to live. Right here on the left, there's still some remnants of a ditch there. Was my very first serious dirt bike accident. This house wasn't here, it was just all empty. And I crashed really bad and cut up my back because there was all kinds of cactus and stuff. And my friend was like, "Oh my God, you need to go to the hospital." I was like, no, I can't go to the hospital. My mom finds out that like I got hurt, she's gonna beat me. Because my mom always said, if you break your leg, don't come crying to me. And my friend, he lived in this house right over here, to the right here. And man, it never looked like that. It looks all dirty, nasty. Now, his father used to keep that thing spot clean. Huh. Changes. Memories. This was all dirt road back then, though. It's all paved now. Let's check out them mountain views. I wouldn't mind living up here in this town again. Especially now, they got all kinds of stuff, man. They got shopping centers. Look at it, looks like there's snow up there. No way it can be snow up there. That's the ski lodge up there. Yep, as a kid, that's me and my brothers and friends. That's all we did. We would spend days up in these mountains. My mom didn't even care. We could be gone for 3-4 days and then come back because we ran out of food. And she'd be like, "You guys are back already?" We would take our dirt bikes and go camping in those mountains, go looking for treasure. It was fun, man. Hiking. Man, this place has changed a lot. I wonder what houses go for nowadays. I remember my mom, she bought our house, that house that I showed you. She paid $30,000 cash for it. I wonder what it goes for now. It was a 3-bedroom, living room, dining room, huge kitchen, basement, and a huge backyard. I'm just curious what it would go for today. Take one more look at the house. It didn't look anything like that. It just had those 3 tall pine trees there. It looks abandoned. I used to have pigeons. I had 25 pigeons in a cage. And then one day it came out and a raccoon had gotten into the cage and killed a lot of my pigeons, and the other ones were so scared they wouldn't come back. I would let them go in the afternoon. They would fly around in the sky, and they would always come back and eat. Until the damn raccoon broke in and killed a couple of them, and then they all just got scared and never came back again. This up here used to be the community swimming pool. Right up here on the left. I don't know if it's still a swimming pool, but that's where we used to go hang out and do swimming. Yep, still a swimming pool there. I'm gonna take a ride here and go down here because that's the county line over there. And there used to be a dirt road, and we used to ride our motorcycles down there all the time. Alright, so I'm like 10 minutes from Catalina, the little town I was just in. Coming out here to look at this Saddlebrook subdivision. Check this out. This is like down in the valley. This is in the middle of freaking nowhere, man. I mean, Catalina's pretty far from Tucson. It took me like 25 minutes. And then I drove down this road for like 10, what the heck, something just ran right. Looked like a rabbit. But yeah, this is in the middle of nowhere. Look at these homes. There's the golf course right there. Beautiful mountain views. And then there's another new models there. It goes off that way, but just on the other side of this hill here, there's nothing but it looks just like this. All this drive all the way out here till you get to here, it's all desert like this. So you feel like you're going nowhere. Like, where am I going? And then you come over that hill, you come down, and you get this view right here of these subdivisions. This is cool. Who knew that this property was going to be like this when I was a kid, man? You could like see the future. You could like purchase some of this property, and then maybe this subdivision would buy the property from you. You could make a lot of money. It's down in the freaking valley. Cool. I'm not gonna go any further because I am starving. I'm gonna go get me some Arby's. Lunchtime. All right. Hey, they got a Dollar General store up here. Trying to get me some Arby's because they closed most of them down in Tucson. It says now hiring. Turn around here. Get some Arby's. Well, I got me the crispy bacon Swiss with curly fries from Arby's. Look how delicious it looks. They were really, really slow there in a bottle of water. They didn't give me any napkins. I had to pull into McDonald's here and go grab me some napkins. Sitting in the shade, I'm going to have my lunch, and then I'm going to go back to Tucson. I'm still here in the little town of Catalina. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video of nostalgic childhood home where I grew up. And if you haven't subscribed already, smash that subscribe button. Don't cost anything, it's free. And time to eat. Bon appetit. Get, go.